Hey guys, I'm here with Eric today. I'm going to show a sweep I've only been using very recently. It utilizes a big wrestler bridge. I just showed that video of a lot of kind of big wrestler bridges from the bottom to escape quickly. This is another one. I call it the honeymoon sweep. You'll see why in a minute.
The reason I call this the honeymoon sweep is because in a honeymoon carry, you're supporting someone, a loved one typically, under the knees and under the armpits. You'll pass through this position very quickly to get a good sweep.
All right, so Eric has passed my guard. He's in side control and he's sitting on a hip facing my head. This is a position I like as Eric, not a position I like as me. You notice here that he's got an underhook cupping this shoulder and he's got an overhook cupping my other shoulder. And he's pulling both of those into him, not super aggressively or anything, but this is a position I really like for control. So it can be difficult to shrimp and do other things. What I like to do from this position, especially if this arm is outside, I'm going to swim it in. Now a lot of us do this. I'm going to frame, ideally on a shoulder, sometimes shoulder or a neck is pretty good because it's hard to fight back if I'm pushing on his throat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my feet away, and I like to try to frame this guy away so I can start turning and sit up. Now, if I do a good job of framing this guy away, he's going to push into me hard. From here, what I want to do is bump him, using my big wrestler bridge, up as high as I can, and I'm going to switch my arm from front to back. So I'm going to bump, catch in the armpit, and I'm going to dive an underhook. From here, I'm going to drive as hard as I can, I'm going to pull across the body. So that was obviously very slow. Let's look at it just a little bit smoother.
So a lot of times I can finish this sweep by pulling the bottom leg in using my bicep, but a lot of times I need to switch to the top leg so that I block his post. It helps him tip over the top.
So that's the most common version that I do. There's another version that I'm going to show here quickly when the guy tries to kick through my arm between his legs. So if he was able to clear his foot to the other side without my arm being there, if my arm wasn't there, he could kick over the top and maybe regain his balance. If he does kick over the top, I can kind of sit him up in my lap. So what that looks like here, same starting position. I want to make sure I get this elbow to the ground by shrimping away a little bit. From here I move my feet, just like the first time. I'm coming up, again I bump. From here, if I get my hand in there and he tries to kick up, now I'm going to sit up using a pendulum motion, pulling his shoulder. From here, I'll usually keep this hand in between his legs, go to knee on belly, go to mount.
I would always, of course, just like everybody, prefer my first attempt to work and pull him over the top with my big wrestler bridge. But if he does try to step over the top, which our opponent should do that, if I really fold him up hard, controlling the legs and the upper body, just like you would in a honeymoon carry, if I time it right, I can sit up using a pendulum. I'm still on top. I accomplish the same goal. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked my video, please subscribe to my channel and find me on Instagram at @Ben_Egli.